Hello everyone, welcome to Life Coach Lessons. Today I will be giving you tips on living successful and purposeful lives in only 3 to 5 minutes. I'm Scott Miller, a certified retirement life coach from Hixon Zuercher Capital Management. Well, welcome to episode number 14 of Life Coach Lessons. Today we're going to look at another question related to the idea of rest and leisure. We've been talking all month about questions related to that topic, and today I want to answer a question: how can I truly learn to rest and to slow down? And the practices that I'm about to present to you come from a book called The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry by John Mark Comer. In the description, we'll put a link to this on how to find this book. It's a great book. I really recommend that you read that. But the first half of that book really talks about how our society, our culture has really sped up. Like just really over the last 30 years, how much faster everything is going. And then in the last part of the book really kind of gives you some habits and things that you can kind of incorporate into your life to really learn to truly slow down and to rest. And I just want to go over those 4 different things. Number 1 is silence and solitude. Now that whole idea, the idea of silence is both internal and external. So it's not only outside of our bodies, of getting to a place maybe where we don't have a lot of distractions, but also internally. We have so much going on in us sometimes, but it's really cultivating that just internal silence also. And then the idea of solitude is not isolation. It's not isolating us from everything, but it's really chosen separation from busyness. It's really choosing a period of time to just be away from maybe all the disruptions of the world so that we truly can become silent internally and really start to think about what are the most important things to us in our lives. Secondly is the idea of Sabbath. Now the idea of Sabbath just means to stop working. And it's related to the idea of worship. Worship is really the idea of, hey, what's most important to me? Like what are my values? Like what are my core values? And so it's really kind of taking a period of time that we stop working and we do those things that are most important to us. My family, like growing up, we always had a day of the week where we didn't do any work and we just concentrated on what was most important. And one of the top values was always family. And this was really super important to us. So we would take a day of the week, that was normally Sundays for us, and we would just stop working. We didn't do any work that day, and we just took a day to really enjoy each other, build relationships, the things that are really, really super important to us. And then thirdly, there's the idea of simplicity. As you've noticed, all of these start with S, okay? So they're easy to remember. So the idea of simplicity means getting rid of the insatiable desire for more, right? We live in a culture where we're just bombarded by commercials and advertisements to buy more and more and more and more. And it's really reducing our consumption. And when we do that, we actually find great freedom in that. This involves the idea too of just getting rid of things and just really finding more freedom in life through just getting rid of that insatiable desire for more and more and more in our lives. And then lastly, there's the idea of just slowing, okay? This is really cultivating the idea of patience. This is one that I definitely struggle with. I can't say that I'm a very patient person. And so one of the things that he talks about in the book I think is really kind of funny is when you go to the grocery store, you always have a tendency to find the shortest line, right? And he says, go to the grocery store and find the longest line and put yourself in that line to just really cultivate the idea of patience and just really slowing down our lives. Just think about what's most important into your lives. So those are the 4 things: silence and solitude, Sabbath, simplicity, and then just slowing. So if you get a chance, get that book, read it. There's lots, of course, more material in those 4 different areas that can really convict you to really how we practice the idea of rest and just slowing down in our lives. Well, it's been great being with you today. If you have any comments or questions, or really would like to connect with me, you can email me at smeller@hzcapital.com. I would love to hear from you. And just remember to live a more meaningful, purposeful, slow down life today.